right, good morning. It is a very overcast morning here at T.H. Stone. Where's the thing? It's such a long name. T.H. Stone Memorial St. Joseph Peninsula State Park. And actually it was a very nice campground right on the peninsula. Very beachy. And we had a good night's rest. Had breakfast this morning of bacon, eggs, and hash browns, and kind of took it slow. And now it is, wow, it's 105. So we're just leaving the campgrounds. One thing about this campground, though, I will say that I'm not sure if they're no-see-ums or sand fleas. I should Google it, what's the difference between the two, but they were biting like crazy. And so I had to wear a long sleeve shirt and pants when doing anything outside. But the scenery is beautiful. And heading to Topsail, what's it called? Topsail Hill Preserve State Park. That's near Destin. And that's going to be our last state park. And then we're going back to Pensacola. Today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, baby. And so we might grab some dinner to go from someplace nice and then eat in the van. But yeah, it's a kind of, again, overcast day, but good day for driving. And so we're off.
Babe, what do you see for your future? What is it that why'd you come to New York?
All right, guys, well, we made it to our destination, and actually we're at Topsail Hill Preserve State Park. You can kind of see a little bit of the lake out there. And this place is enormous. I don't know if you can actually see here the map, everything that's going on here. And they actually have a tram, from what I understand. Yeah, it's got lakes and all kinds of things going on here. But we're actually only going to be staying one night. And we stopped by P.F. Chang's and got some sesame chicken and Mongolian beef to eat tonight for Valentine's Day. And we've got some dessert from Publix, so it should be great. And looking forward to a nice, relaxing last night of our road trip. And tomorrow we head back to Pensacola. So yeah, it's been a great trip so far. It's actually been as a first maiden voyage trip. We've learned a lot and kind of got in the groove of things. But probably either later tonight or tomorrow we might talk a little bit about things we've learned and what we've how the trip met or did not meet our expectations. So, but Teresa's in the bathhouse checking it out, and then we're gonna have dinner, relax, and watch a movie or something. So, all right, well, anyways, I'm just gonna sign off for tonight. Bernie's checking out the dog. So, all right, we'll sign off, and we'll talk to y'all later. All right, bye. All right, well, good morning, guys. It is our last day of our vacation van trip. We're actually, when we get back to Pensacola, we're still going to be on vacation for a couple more days. But yeah, we learned we said we're just going to give you like a little recap of maybe what our experience was and what we thought and what we liked, what we didn't like. I guess first of all, it was for me. I thought it was very enjoyable. I think we could have maybe on our next trip not stay at a different campsite every night. Because after driving, even after driving 3 hours, when you get to the campsite, set up and everything, you just kind of want to relax and do nothing. And so you wind up you might as well at that point have just stayed in a Walmart parking lot. But the view, obviously, in the state parks. What were some of the highlights for you, baby?
Highlights.
Yeah, highlights. What'd you like?
I liked it better than I thought I would. I could think of things I didn't like.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about things you didn't like.
Like making up the bed and stuff. You're hunched over. I don't like not being able to stand up. My back was starting to hurt.
Right.
It could be old age, though, too.
Yeah.
I didn't like that we didn't have air conditioning and we do not have hot water. So I don't feel like the dishes really got clean because we were washing them with cold water.
Yeah.
I think as far as the things I don't like, and we need a better mattress or something to sleep on because that wasn't, it was okay, but it could have been more comfortable.
Could have been a little more supportive.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I liked, it was very cozy. I liked the cozy lighting. I liked that we had a place to cook. We had a refrigerator. So for me, even though I'm not very much into outdoors, I'm more of an indoor person. I liked it better than I thought I would. However, I also learned that this trip was 12 days. After about a week, I was done. Like today, I'm ready to go home and be in my actual house.
Yeah.
And I don't think I could do this long term. I mean, it's great if you can, but I could not.
Yeah.
So.
I think I could do it long term. I think obviously a week of...
I mean, if I had to, I could, but I don't choose to. I don't want to.
Yeah. I think the next time we go, might go to one location and stay there for a week and then come home.
Yeah, there's a lot of driving.
Yeah. So we drove, about 1,700 miles round trip to Key West. And so, but yeah, I think I could do it long term, just not driving every day to a different location. But yeah, the coziness factor of our van, I really liked it. I love the fact that even with the bed pulled out, we could still walk around the bed.
Yeah, and Bernie had fun, I think.
Yeah, Bernie had a good time.
He travels very well, and I think he liked seeing different places and getting out and everything, so I think he really had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also the fact that, because that when we're at home and Bernie has to go potty, we just send him outside.
Well, no, we're somebody's watching. We're watching.
We're watching him.
We don't just let him go out.
Right, but we're watching. But we're not. We don't walk outside with him. So here in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning this morning, he starts whining that he needs to go outside. So somebody has to, and it's usually me, has to go get his leash, put it on, and walk outside with him, which in one sense is an inconvenience, but in another sense, it was a really nice way to kind of wake up in the morning, just, for a nice little stroll outside and the cool weather. And even though we didn't have an air conditioner, I was actually surprised how well the exhaust fan cooled things down. Even in 80-degree weather.
Yeah, and in the mornings,
felt cool.
It usually at night you feel a little muggy, but then in the mornings, near the early mornings, you're kind of almost cold.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and this is February in Florida, and then South Florida was a little warmer, but up in the Panhandle here it's a little cooler.
For the moment.
Yeah. Everything worked great. All the systems worked great. The water. I loved being able to fill up the tanks without pulling the tanks out. and draining the tanks without pulling the tanks out. The wind, I will say, at some point on the highway, because we did take some highway roads, that there was some pretty intense wind, and I could feel it sway in the van, and especially when, you know, a big semi would pass you as well, and then their wind, it was a little, I just had to be really focused on making sure I stayed in my lane. But other than that, I think it was a great trip. Our first trip away like that, well, in a van, obviously, that's pretty wild. But also pulling into the other campsites and seeing everybody else's RVs.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool too, to see what everybody else uses and what they're driving. And then just the relaxed atmosphere of the state parks and the campgrounds. So I think we would do it again.
Yeah, for a shorter basis for me, about a week.
Yeah.
Not
a
12
week
days.
and maybe just one location, and maybe just a campground close to home. But hopefully in the future, also the reason why I was building the van was to give me the opportunity to go to other locations and teach our missionographer training academy courses. And so that will give us it will give me some ability to travel as well. So, but other than that, I had a great time, and hope you guys enjoyed following us and watching. And if you have any questions, comments, feel free to post below. And yeah, until next time, we'll talk to you later.
So hold on tight, I'm a world traveler. Traveler, pack your bags and dig down deep. Ride the storms and sail the seas to the distant pole. I'm a world traveler into these uncharted lands, to blaze a trail in the vast expanse of heart and soul. In the grace of the God of peace, let's wade into the battle. So come on with me and get up in that saddle. There's a million